Hey everybody, welcome back to the Jodo cast. I'm Evan, and of course I've got with me Leo, Joe, and Seth for another episode of Triumph and Despair, a Star Wars RPG from the Jodo cast. Again, we are using the Fantasy Flight Games RPG system, which I guess we could start calling the Genesis system, so we don't have to keep saying the FFG Star Wars RPG just to describe how we're playing the game. And we're going to get back to where we left off last time, but we have to, of course, before we go any further, need to thank our patrons over at patreon.com/thejodocast. They remain, to this day, the best that humanity has to offer. I don't think anything else needs to be said. No, you're just laughing at me. Not the patrons. We don't laugh at them. They're the ones that keep us in business. And we all appreciate it, right, guys?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
Wow, don't sound so... he's just too overwhelmed. All right, well, I guess that means that we're going to get to the game. So once again, patrons, thank you. This one's for you. And everybody else as well. But
the other ones weren't for them?
you don't have to bring that up. This one most especially. I don't know why, but we'll just get a move on. Okay. Obviously, we've got Leo here, we've got Joe here, we've got Seth here, and he has graciously agreed to run us through another adventure. So, we thank him for that. And with that, I'm going to stop talking so much and let Seth take over. He can do all the talking.
All right, sounds great. So, we left off last time, and the party had successfully completed their mission by infiltrating the museum and retrieving the BX battle droid that goes by 9. And he had...
In a poncho.
In a purple poncho. And he had a holo recording, which was the intel about where the museum stash, where all the art and exhibits were taken of that. But he wanted to come with you guys as well because he was had been stuck in the museum since it had been ransacked. So you guys left and you met up with Tobias Star, and he greeted you warmly, and then you guys were on your way to the ship. But before we get into that, let's get a few things out of the way. So first of all, let's roll a destiny pool. So everybody needs one white force die.
Yeah, all right.
I got 2 white.
I got 1 light side.
2 light side.
I got 1 light side.
Nice. All right, 4 light side, and I got 2 dark side.
Oh.
We should really start using some of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think we really used any. Well, we used 1 last session, didn't we?
You did use one, used 1. Yes. But since we're making a transition, I figured we'd re-roll the pool. So, let's see here. Also, you guys gained some experience last time.
Yeah.
You guys each got 10 points of experience.
Ooh.
Trying to figure out where to put that in this weird program.
All right, I've got a nifty 15 XP to spend.
Nice.
I don't know.
So you've been saving some, huh?
Oh, here we go. Earned XP.
So while you're looking at that, we got some questions that we'll cover for the group and for each character. First of all, give me a color.
Ooh. Evan says green.
Green. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are we all supposed to give you a color?
First color was what we're looking for. Just a color.
Oh,
Okay. So
I
then
thought it was everyone. Crap.
no, it's okay. Green's good.
Now we're all stuck with green. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you
You
are.
are. You are.
Haha.
But we can say that Evan can't answer the next one since he picked this one.
Excellent.
So Leo and Joe, give me one of you. Give me a Star Wars creature.
Nexu.
I was just gonna say that.
Nice. Joe, is that one of your favorite creatures?
I don't know. They're all right.
His
Okay.
favorites are the Yer Salami.
Is that actually how it's pronounced?
It is now. I like your salami better than
Your salami.
than
I always,
anything else.
I always said salamari for some reason. I don't know.
It's because that's
Probably
what they
didn't
should
even
have
go with
called
it.
I think I said Yazmiri.
Oh, that's sounding like fancy.
Yeah.
I think there's as much of an official way to say that as there is Dritz do Erden.
Mm-hmm. Probably. All right.
Drizzt.
So
Yeah.
next
Drizzt.
question for the characters. Goose, where did you learn to fly?
I learned to fly. I used to fly my crop duster back on my Melu Run farm that my parents ran. That's a good
Melu
one,
Run
yeah.
farmer. Very nice. So you were just rolling in the Melu Run.
Yep. Well, actually, I hate those things. It used to be like that's all we ate when I was a kid. Melons day and night.
boil 'em,
All right.
That's.
broil 'em,
I think that's.
saute 'em.
Put them in a stew.
All right. Awesome. So
What's taters, Forrest?
LSR, your question here. What is
Blue.
no, not the color.
Okay.
What is your is a little harder one here. What is your character's highest value?
That is a very good question. Probably. Well, the thing that he would probably choose to do against his better judgment would be to protect people who can't protect themselves, even if it's not the smart thing to do, and probably going to get himself in a lot of trouble or hurt. He's going to do that.
All right.
It's not the smart thing to do. It's the LSR thing to do.
The LSR
Yep.
thing to do.
He has a 2 intellect, so not a genius.
Not a genius. Got it.
No.
All right. And then Arsh.
But a heart of gold
But a heart of gold. Arsh,
and a
what
brain of coal.
what was the first gadget that you created?
The first gadget I created?
Yes.
Depends on
Because you didn't
your...
just start with a droid.
No, I mean, I made, like, sock puppets for my 4 hands.
Sock puppets. Mechanical sock puppets.
There you go. Perfect. I love it.
Well, they weren't really... I mean, they were just sock puppets, but
No,
they had
too late.
droid eyes, so they would, like, blink and look around.
Ooh, that's kind of creepy.
My parents did not like my hobbies as a child.
That's awesome. All right, perfect.
Great.
Just looking into the lives of our fine player characters. All right, so where we left off again was that we were headed to the ship with Tobias. So you guys had met kind of had a little clandestine meeting in the parking garage with him of the place he was staying, and have taken his speeder along with 9 to the hangar where he has parked the ship. And as you are...
My ship.
Yep, it is now. As you're pulling up to the ship, you kind of pull up to the front, right, and it's the hangar doors are closed, and as you pull up, he hits like a button on his data pad, and the doors open. You guys are there with a celebrity, so you guys got to go right through customs there. So as the doors start to slide open, you start to see it. It's this very kind of aerodynamic looking ship. It looks from the front kind of like an Imperial shuttle. Okay, but as the doors open, you get to see more of it. It's got these kind of angled wings that are on either side of it, like blades. Okay, and so Goose recognizes it as a Citadel class light freighter.
What kind of ship is that, Goose?
It's a Citadel class light freighter.
Interesting. Thanks.
Oh yes, says Tobias. This was my ship that I used whenever I was on the run from the Empire. So it's a pretty...
I thought I was promised a fast ship.
Oh, it's a fast ship.
I think that's what he's implying.
It's a fast ship, but it's also heavily armored, and it has some pretty decent weapons on it as well. So it served me well. It's currently going by the name of the Emerald Nexu.
I like the color scheme.
Yeah, I thought green on the blade wings was pretty eye catching, but feel free to change it if you want. So you pull up to the ship there, and the boarding ramp is down. What do you guys just gonna walk on into the ship? You gonna inspect it a little bit?
I'm just gonna run on in.
Well,
I'm gonna do a walk around.
I was gonna do a walk around, check out.
My intent is to claim the best bunk before the others get on board.
Okay, all right.
And I can just imagine that Goose is telling me about every little thing as we walk around, and I'm just like, That's great.
Yeah,
cool.
we're just walking around, and I'm like, oh yeah, these are the alluvial dampeners.
Yeah.
Alluvian nappers, got it.
So you look at it, and you can tell it's got some laser cannons on the front. It's got some side-mounted turrets that look like ion cannons. You can see kind of peeking out from the front some missile tubes there, and Goose, let's have a perception roll.
All right.
What's your perception? Just average. Just average.
3?
No, average will be 2.
Oh. Well, I succeed with some of those things.
Some threat?
With some, yeah, there we go. With
Okay.
Some hexagons.
All right. So as you're circling the ship on the outside, you notice You know something different about the engines. You're not quite sure what it is, though.
Tobias, what's the deal with this here? This doesn't look right to me.
Oh, so you noticed the special modifications we put on the ship. Yeah, we actually made some modifications to the engine, and we wanted it to get a little bit more speed out of it. So it's actually got a high output turbine engine. So it's actually an R800 ion ramjet engine, which helps increase the speed. It does put a little strain on the system, but I think the payoff's well worth it.
She looks like she can handle it.
She's a tough old bird.
Putting your hand against it and feeling its strength through the hull.
Actually, I'm stroking my chin right now.
Oh, stroking the chin.
So Arsh, you've run in to.
Oh yeah,
the
I'm on
boarding
board.
ramp. All right. So you're just. What are you doing when you first thing you enter? You're just looking around, like touching everything.
I'm just scoping out the living quarters, and if there's a room that has a bunk that doesn't share any bunks with any... If there's a single bunk room, I'm taking that one, and I'm going to throw my stuff on the bed.
Okay. Yeah, there's some crew quarters. You notice that, like as you come up the boarding ramp, there is there's bunks to the front, like towards the front of the ship and towards the back. And so which way do you want to go look at it? I mean, because they're all kind of single bunk.
I'll probably
I'll
probably go near the back of the ship. I'm probably going to be interested in the engines eventually, if need be. So probably better for me to be by the back of the ship.
Okay.
Assuming the bunks are good. Or whichever one's closest to the escape pods.
Closest to the escape pods, okay.
Yes, I'm just gonna throw some of my gear down on the bed and make sure it's obvious that it's mine.
All right.
Well, as we come on board, well, I mean, I graciously leave Goose to his oogling of the ship to go find myself a bunk, and I see that
there's quite a few bunks actually on the
Okay.
ship, so it's a pretty spacious
then even more
ship.
so, I was going to think or say out loud that Arsh found his favorite bed on the Citadel.
What?
Never mind. You just absolutely no-sold that joke, and I applaud you for your efforts.
I had to stay in character.
You sure did. Good on you.
All right, so you guys have so the two of you have gone in, and Goose is still outside looking around.
Is 9 hanging around with us?
9 is he's following Tobias right now, kind of walking around. Tobias is leaving Goose to walk around. He's followed Elisar inside.
Oh, and that reminds me. You may have described what Tobias looks like before, but I do not recall. And if anyone wants to do
He looks like
fan
the
art,
Hoff. He looks like the Hoff.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking.
that's what I kind of imagined, but I don't know. Let's get the official
I think
word.
wasn't that what you said? Didn't he look suspiciously like the Hoff?
I don't know.
I feel like one of our fans said that on Discord.
That could easily be.
Maybe that's it. I'm confusing Game Universe with not
Discord
Game
Universe?
with Discord Universe.
Well, you know, I mean, like it's perception too, right? So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's probably an apt description there.
Excellent.
So you go in and 9 walks in with him here, and 9's looking around. He's like, "Oh, this is a nice ship." He's like, "Are we leaving on this ship?"
Like, yeah, I guess we are.
I say, yeah, it's all right. I mean, I guess it'll do.
I'm kind of sitting on the
guess.
bunk, bouncing up and down a little. As much like spring as the bunk has, I'm kind of bouncing up and down in anticipation. Like, I'm really pleased with my bunk.
All right. So you guys get on board and you go to there's one of
Already
those
put
like
a poster
hollow.
up on the wall.
He's unpacking. While you're in there, he comes in and there's like one of those like hollow projectors like out in the middle, kind of thing. And Tobias walks over and he says, "Nine, why don't you go ahead and hand over that data recording and we'll take a look at it." So Nine walks over and he hands it to Tobias. He kind of pulls it out of like a slot, like in his like his torso that was kind of hidden. You couldn't kind of see it, and he hands it to him. And Tobias sticks the chip into the little hollow table there, and it springs up this holographic recording, and it's kind of paused, and it's like kind of like the main atrium where like kind of the more pricier exhibits are and stuff, and you see a familiar face, someone that Tobias definitely recognizes, and he kind of has a little gasp of recognition there.
Do I gasp too?
I don't know.
Who is it?
Do we all gasp in unison? Is it that governor?
Does over the intercom of the ship, is there like some like dramatic music? Is it like dun dun dun?
Exactly.
Then it cuts to me, and I was fidgeting with like the stereo in the wall. Like, sorry. Did I miss something?
Perfect. So they say, yeah, we're about to watch the hollow recording. Get down here.
All right. I hop
So-
down. My bunk isn't that high, but I'm short, so I have to like hop down.
So Tobias.
And we wait,
So Tobias
and we wait.
looks at it, and he's just staring intently at this person. And while we wait for Arsh to come down, you hear him kind of plodding down the hallway. Probably gets distracted a couple times by something he sees.
Okay,
Finally
I'm
comes
there.
in.
Who's this? This guy. Who's that?
You.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, wait a minute. Do it? No, I don't know.
This gentleman, Tobias starts, is the illustrious imperial governor in which you found me, in whose home you found
I knew
me.
it.
It's Governor Jarek Tavion.
Ugh, this guy.
This guy. I should have known he'd be behind this, as he's always been an art lover and tends to take what he appreciates and keep it for himself.
So what did he take this time?
It looks like he took the entire museum and all the exhibits in it.
Oh,
So it looks. So he reaches over and hits the controls, and you start to see, kind of like a quiet version of it for a second, as you see Tavion. He's directing stormtroopers and those Imperial technicians, and they're like boxing up and all these exhibits, and they're putting paintings in protective crates, and they're just taking everything. And he seems Governor Tavion seems very pleased, but he's also looks very impatient. He's like in a hurry, kind of thing. So you see him, like tapping his foot, and you see him kind of barking orders at these guys, and so Tobias says, "Nine, was there any audio on this?" And Nine's like, Well, I don't know. I just took the chip. You guys might be able to get more out of it.
And look at Arsh.
Arsh, are you able
Can
to
you do
Arsh-
something for this?
Arsh looks back at you,
Into
and
my
he-
soul, apparently.
and he says,
What? You called it.
Arsh, do you have any experience trying to slice a hollow recording?
Sure. Yeah, that's what I used to do as a teenager.
Well, great. Let's see if we can get some audio.
Okay.
So, need a roll from you, sir.
I'm gonna do computers,
Yes, sir.
but how hard is this?
It'll be a average difficulty,
All right.
but we'll give you a black because it's been since you were a teenager.
I succeed with one threat.
Okay. So you've succeeded in getting some audio from that. What's your threat?
Can the threat be that it's all pitched up too high?
So it's like
everyone
chipmunks.
talks like chipmunks.
Right.
All right. So you got
Now you got to do the voices.
perfect. All right. So you've got. See, normally I'd say we need to do that in post.
Nope.
Nope. Got to do it. All right.
Yep.
So you
like
got-
a real GM.
So you got Davion, and he's
Okay, Dave.
so he's got that like if you had like a villain speaking on helium kind of voice, and he's like, you there, run over there, got that, hurry up, and it's like fast forwarding too, like apparently as you messed it up, it's
Guys,
it's
I got
actually-
the audio, but it can only go in fast speed now.
So he's like, over here, take this, take that. And he's like commanding him, he's telling him to do stuff. And then you see one of his officers come up and he's like, Sir, your shuttle's ready. he's like, very good. We've got to hurry. We've got to meet the
I
huts.
wish we actually had a helium balloon ready
I'm
to
sorry.
go for this.
We
Like,
don't
somehow
have a
knew
helium
this was
balloon
gonna
ready.
happen.
He's like, very good. We've got to meet the huts. We've got to fly through their space.
This should be great.
So you hear in
Nobody likes
his
the huts.
nobody likes the huts, but you hear him say, that they're going to meeting with the hut. You don't quite catch who it is, but you do hear the name of the planet that they were heading towards, and they were heading towards
Yes.
the hut planet of Slahiron.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Everybody knows that one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
It's
Everybody knows that place.
Yeah, of course they do.
of course. It's in hut-controlled space, and somebody roll. And we have like a knowledge underworld.
You'd
Yeah,
think that
well.
I would.
Get some knowledge
Mine's-
on this planet.
Mine's 3 green.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine's just 3 green, my normal.
Okay, it'd be average difficulty.
I'll take it since I'm the bounty hunter here. Wait, we're both bounty hunters, aren't we? You're a bounty hunter too, right, Evan?
I am a hired gun, sir.
Sorry.
just did a
Sorry. Okay, what you get?
Yeah, I know nothing about Slaheron.
I mean,
Well,
I can
maybe I
certainly
do.
try too.
I got a success, and that's it.
Okay, so you know that it's in hut-controlled space.
I got a success and 2 advantage.
Ooh, nice. So, not only is it hut-controlled space, you know that it is the second largest kind of like trade and urban hut, or like it's like the second largest kind of like city planet in hut space, second to now Hutta. And you also, with that advantage, know that it was the home of Zero the Hut. Everybody's favorite purple tattooed hut.
Mama.
Exactly. So
Favorite. That's definitely a word for it, I guess.
That's a word.
exactly. All right, so you hear that, and obviously, you know, it's kind of the path that you guys may need to take trying to track this down. So, and this is Tobias. He's speaking now. He's saying, "You guys, if we can find out who he met with, we might be able to figure out where he went from there. Typically, if he's having to travel through Imperial space, he's most likely having to pay off one of the local crime lords, one of the local huts."
Well, do we have any potential names? Even if we don't have one solid name, do we have like a short list for us to look at?
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any lists of huts who might be dealing in such items or be willing to trust an Imperial. But you might search for any that, you know, maybe there was some artifacts that he may have traded. I do know there had been some hut artifacts here in the museum, so you know he could have used those as a bargaining chip to pass through hut space. So
okay.
you know, I would maybe start with a search on any local transactions that have happened recently, or anyone who's acquired any new artifacts there. So Tobias looks at 9 and he is looking at, you know, says, "9, is there anything else you remember?" And 9 says, "Oh, well, the guy definitely in the video there was definitely in charge, and was definitely in a hurry. I think they were trying to get out before some people were coming to break into the museum here. There was a lot of noise, maybe riots going on, but he definitely was in a hurry and trying to get out. He did say something about he was following orders." He didn't say whose orders, but he was definitely trying to do this on orders that went into effect towards the end, he said.
So this was the governor saying that he was acting on orders.
He was talking to one of his officers, and he was saying, you know, the orders came that they had to remove these, you know, artifacts and exhibits and stuff, and so he wanted to be the first to claim them and take them and follow these orders.
And also, really quick, you might also have mentioned, this is out of character, you might have mentioned this before, but is there did I miss it being mentioned what time, not period, but just time frame this recording is from?
The recording would be basically the museum was like, yeah, you can tell it's from very soon after the Battle of Endor, like within the weeks, you know, following, kind of thing.
I was guessing so.
Yeah, during the chaos of the Battle of Endor, or after the aftermath of the Battle of Endor.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
So, yes, in all of that chaos, this is Governor Tavion is definitely trying to gather things up for himself. So
Got it.
So Tobias looks at it and he says, "All right, well, gentlemen, I feel like you've got a decent lead to go on. I would say be careful, but you guys probably already would know. Going into hut space, you should always tread lightly. So."
Careful.
So I would ask, 9, would you care to leave this planet with this party, or would you care to leave with us? And so 9 kind of looks around, kind of looks at you guys.
I'm like looking at him expectantly, but trying not to look like I'm looking at him.
I don't know.
We all stare at him.
I don't know. They did ask if I wanted to be friends. How high is your persuasive look, Arsh? Is it?
I'm kind of inching closer to him, so.
Are you kind of like giving him like a sexy eyebrow and some duck lips?
No, more like puppy dog.
Big eyes.
Which is,
big
I mean,
eyes.
Zextos already have big eyes, I think, don't they? Big
So-
bug eyes.
So nine does. He kind of looks down at you, Arsh, and then he looks down at his purple poncho, and he says, I think I'll join these guys for a bit.
Yay.
Yes, I mean, oh,
We
cool.
all cheer.
That's cool.
Cool.
We all high five. But Arsh has more 5s to give.
Arsh gives all the 5s. So Tobias says, "Very well. Well, 9, and help keep these gentlemen safe, and we'll see you when we meet up next." So he says, "Gentlemen, just let me know what you find, and I'll if I have any leads, I'll get in contact with you." And with that, he turns around and kind of gives you one of those celebrity waves as he.
His little 2-finger salute, the
little
little
salute,
Lando.
yeah, the little Lando salute.
Yeah, okay.
So he's wearing a cape somehow.
Of course he is.
Spins around with a flourish and steps down the ramp, and you hear his speeder start up and drive off. So,
All right. First is the most important order of business.
Uh-huh.
We need to rename the ship.
I'm gonna leave you to that. Because I'm sure even if we voted, you would still win.
Well, I am the captain of this ship.
That's true.
I think we should run a sweep for bugs and see if it's got a tracking device on it, in case he's trying to keep tabs on us and he doesn't. Do we really trust him? What if we just wanted to go on a quick vacation? Would he know?
quick vacation.
Yeah, I mean, you go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. That's a good idea. I'm going to turn to 9 and say, so I don't suppose he hooked us up with any gear to go along with this fancy new ship, did he?
Oh, I don't know. I would imagine that this looks like a pretty nice ship, and there's definitely some storage lockers and stuff here.
All right, well,
I've been
lead the
stuck in
way.
a museum though, so
Would you prefer I rolled a computers or mechanics to sweep the ship for bugs and tracking devices?
I would say either one.
All right, I'll go with my computers. What's the difficulty?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be hard, so 3.
Okay. I failed with 3 advantages.
So you didn't find any tracking device, but you did find the espresso machine.
Guys, there's There's fruit snacks here. We're in business. I couldn't. I don't know if it's bugged or not. I couldn't get an accurate reading, but this.
But fruit snacks.
The galley is really well stocked, guys.
Looks like it's got food enough to last you for several months. All right. So anybody else want to look around? Want to see if there's some gear?
Yeah, I want to find the gear.
I'm heading up to the cockpit whilst I contemplate the name of my new ship.
All right. So, and just to remind you, so the wings that are on either side that kind of look like blades, they are a bright green at the moment. Just the wings.
What's the rest of the ship? Gray?
Yeah, just like a space gray, you know. So Goose is headed to the cockpit. Goose, tell me what the cockpit looks like.
Seats, cockpit. The really nice Nexu hide leather.
Oh, of course.
On the seats here, and that has also been dyed green. I'm gonna say.
Nice to match.
Yeah.
To match the paint job.
Yes. Yep. Beyond that, things seem to be fairly standard.
Okay. So you see.
He's mostly I don't know.
So you'll
It's just
see
the
some of
seats.
the.
That's the only thing he's really upgraded.
Yeah. You know, the Tobias is definitely one for comfort. You know. So they're pretty plush too. Probably adjustable. So you know. But yeah, it's pretty standard. There's four stations on the bridge there, and it's kind of that front facing. Kind of got a pretty wide viewport because, like I said, it does resemble like a Lambda class shuttle a little bit in the front. So there's like a pretty big, like, you know, 2 seats with some big, like the big windows out in front and nice big stations there. So, and then 2 to the side, kind of facing either direction. So yeah, you know, there's kind of sitting there. Do you have anything that you have to add to your new home here, your cockpit? You got some, you know, gold dice or anything?
No, I'm not a big believer in like good luck charms or anything like that. So
All right.
I don't really have anything like that. It's all me.
It's all you. It's all Goose.
You don't have even like a little bobblehead or something to put on the dash?
No, it's all me. Me. That's where all the skill comes from. No luck.
Well, I mean, you know, you could
Or
see
your
if,
favorite air freshener?
see if Arsh has any of those, you know, googly eye sock puppets.
That's going to be a hard pass on that.
You're flying the ship, all of a sudden one pops up over your shoulder. How's it going? Then another one
great.
pops up to your left side. Are we almost there yet?
You've got 2 more arms left.
That's fantastic. Okay. So Elisar is looking around for some storage lockers in what
Yes,
might be
I
like
am.
an armory or something. Let's do this. So you find, you know, he had mentioned that he did have some gear on board for you. What's the weapon that you currently have? Just a blaster pistol?
Yes, just a blaster pistol is all that I have on me.
All right. So let's...
So pretty much anything you say, here's one thing.
Just one thing.
Just something to put in your brain, Leo. I'm looking at a random spaceship name generator, and one of them that caught my eye was Chubb. CHUBB.
Just call it the USS Boner while you're at it.
So let's see here. Roll. Evan, let's get a roll for you here.
Ooh, let's get a roll.
What?
All right. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. It's
He's
good. It's
thinking.
good.
Okay.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Nothing but thermal detonators.
Nothing but lots of thermal detonators. No, we won't. We won't go that route.
Okay.
But do you happen to have a D10?
I can get one. Do you want me to roll a 10 or 100?
Or 100. 100 are good.
Sure. Okay, so out of 100, 66.
66. All right.
Guys, this ship has 2 docking clamps on it.
It does.
So we can have up to 2 starfighters.
Ooh.
This thing also.
Ooh, that's got to excite you.
Yes.
But then the question becomes, if you're going to fly one of those, who's going to fly this guy?
Oh, I can do it. I mean,
Oh boy.
I gotta say, I think I trust putting the droid in charge of the ship more than.
All right. So, what's your specification? What's your spec, LSR?
Mercenary soldier and
Okay.
something else.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
well, you got some secret specializations you're hiding from us?
Yes.
Yep. Totally. All right. So with a 66, you said you got 66,
Correct.
like an order 66.
Ooh. Bump, foreshadowing.
So
Reverse shadowing?
Shush.
reverse shadowing. All right. So
Back shadowing.
you have, let's see. Here we go. I like this one. I think this is a good one. So you have found a disruptor rifle.
Oh, damn. Okay, like the outlawed ones?
Like the outlawed ones.
Okay.
Among some other various lesser rarity items, some like other blaster pistols, some holdouts, maybe like a blaster carbine. But I think your kind of like prized rarity item here is a disruptor rifle.
I mean, yeah, that's if I wanted to just like murder people.
So, like I said, there's a carbine in there, but then a disruptor rifle, and then some just more pistols and stuff like that. Maybe a thermal
that's good.
detonator or so.
We'll leave the disruptor rifle right here, and if the situation arises that I want it, I know
Okay.
where to find it. But
Okay. Or I can give you an option. Do you want an option?
I'm
something-
assuming
an
the option
alternative
is I
to
have
that?
all of these at my disposal at
Well,
any
yes,
given
yes.
time.
I was gonna say for your rare item here though. Like I just got a
Okay.
couple choices. So that, or you could have found a flame projector.
That's okay. Internet, help me. We've got one person in chat. Let's do a little interaction here. Flame projector or
Disruptor rifle, or you could go with a heavy blaster rifle. The rarity 6 is what I'm going off of here.
Okay. I don't know. I think the heavy blaster rifle would be more utilitarian than a flame projector or a disruptor.
Hey, I'm just giving
So
you
this is
some
like
options
Destiny,
there.
right? Where I get like the sidearm, the rifle, and then the big gun.
The big gun, exactly.
Okay. I
All
don't know.
right.
Well, let's just go with the first one. We'll go with the first one.
Just
That's what you said. Let's go with it.
all right.
Disruptor
Sounds
rifle.
good. Like I said, there's still a carbine in there and some other blaster pistols. So
Okay. Well, I'll be
Kinda
combing
standard
through
stuff.
the pistols, but I'm gonna take out the carbine and put it through a functions check, and start checking it out, getting a feel for it, seeing how I can start modding it.
Okay. All right. So, do you have any of those skills, like to do the modding or whatever, or is it something that you would want to do at maybe another time?
I mean, I would be doing that on the way.
Sure. Okay.
I would take my new toy with me, sling it over my shoulder, and then go find everybody else.
All right. So you guys, Goose, have you fired up the engines yet? Getting ready for takeoff here?
Yeah, that's probably what I would have been doing, is running through pre-flight checks, things like that.
Okay. So you guys you guys about to head out? Are you guys going to go ahead and head straight to the destination that you guys have here?
No.
Okay. You got.
No, first I gotta let everyone know what the name of the ship is.
All right.
This is important. Okay.
Well, he did say you feel free to make it your own. So.
I'm still kind of around the holo projector, clicking through the programs that Tobias had on the ship, and I found like a recording of one of his performances. I'm just playing that, and watching it.
over the intercom.
Yeah, well, there's like a holo projection of it on the table.
Okay.
All right. Now, guys, this is important.
What?
Okay. The ship is no longer the Emerald Nexu, or whatever he said it was called. Okay. Now it's the Rainin' Chub. Okay.
Rainin' Chub.
Ranan Chub.
Ranan.
Yes, which is from the planet of Duro. It's a giant cannibal spider. Okay.
Okay. I mean, all right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, technically, it's still the Emerald Nexu, though. Like, if you look at the registration papers.
Yeah, well, that's going to be changing soon.
Okay.
Do you have a slicing skill there, or that's a pretty hard check to change that? I think those transponders.
We could also legitimately register it under a new name.
That's true. Why
don't we just all of us have our own name for the ship?
I mean, we could. Then, if someone questioned us,
Nine says,
"What's the name of your ship?"
9 says, "I like Nine's ship."
You don't get a vote.
I don't know if you have the handle on this thing down. It's got to be poetic.
10 ship?
He says, "The ship of 9?"
All right, so you guys are getting ready to head out here, and you guys are all finding your place, kind of making yourselves at home. You leave the hangar there. You get the call from the spaceport. They clear you for leaving the planet, and you guys are able to take off and head into hyperspace.
I got it. I got my name for the ship.
Boy.
You also
The friend
don't get
ship.
a vote
Wow.
in this at all.
At all.
Your ideas have zero bearing on the eventual name of our ship.
I just thought we'd get our own name for it.
All right. So we're going, right?
You guys are headed out. Where are you headed off to? What's
Okay.
your destination? Straight there?
Anyone ever been to Canto Bite?
It's unknown. Destination unknown.
Destination unknown.
Wah, wah.
Ruby.
So wait, you asking about Canto Bite? That
And you're never. I bet I'd be willing to.
I got a parking ticket there once.
Yeah, but this ship is owned by Tobias Star. I bet if
true.
you're willing to land there and call it the Emerald next to you, they'll recognize the ship and just let us park in the VIP lot.
Is it on the way
No.
to Hut Space? No. Okay. What is the of Hut Space? What's the outermost planet that would be on the way? What would be our first waypoint as we enter?
Well, you guys currently are over at Centauri's, okay?
Uh-huh.
And Centauri's is, if you were kind of looking at it, with Coruscant being in the center, with the, you go out to the mid-rim, and Centauri's is, right on the edge of the mid-rim, almost to the outer rim.
Okay.
In fact, it's actually very close to the wheel, if any of you know what the wheel
Ah.
is. Yes, the wheel is also on the same trade route, the Perlimian trade route. But Centauri's is kind of a crossroads. So it's got the Perlimian trade route, and the wheel is very close on that. And then it's also got the Trailis trade route, which is
Sure.
actually the one that would be taking you over towards the Hut Space.
Okay.
And maybe the first.
I used to have a profile on Hut Space, but
Oh my goodness.
met a lot of weird people on there, and I deleted my account.
Nine says, "How do you know they weren't all huts?"
It just
That's
was
true.
you
Just someone
you'd
posing
go to
as a
somebody's profile and it would automatically start playing jizz music, and you didn't have any.
hut. Okay, so
So the two routes open to you would be the Perlimian trade route, which leads you towards the inner rim, or the more of the mid rim, and you could come around the long way that way. Going towards the wheel, going towards, going towards some, like I said, towards the inner rim there, towards the Haps cluster.
did we get any
On your
sense
own.
from the recording that he was in a hurry to get to where he was going?
Yes, you could sense that he was in a hurry, and Tobias obviously had wanted you to kind of hurry along. You could kind of tell, but it's you guys. He's giving you guys the freedom there, and but yeah, you could definitely tell that Tavion was in a hurry. He was trying to move all of the merchandise, all of the exhibits, and everything quickly and get it out of the sector.
Okay, so he probably didn't take any long route. He probably took the direct route. And
Yeah.
even if he did take the long route, we'd probably still want to take a more straightforward direct route to cut him off. Agreed?
Sure.
Okay. So you guys are heading off towards Hut Space then.
That would be my vote, yes.
Okay. So you guys.
But-
See what this thing can do.
So probably a stop along the way would be Bunta, someplace famous for some pod racing maybe, or named for some pod racing there.
Yeah,
Pod racing still happen at this time?
Probably.
I'm sure
probably not as
if
much.
the
but
Empire-
maybe if you get closer to Hut Space.
if the Empire had tried to crack down on it, I'm sure Vader would have been like, "No, you must leave that. It is the best."
It's the best.
Well, I remember that was the premise of Star Wars Demolition on the PlayStation 1. Pod racing
Totally
was illegal in the Empire, and so everybody resorted to basically just demo derby.
That's funny.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
One of the vehicles, I think, was just Boba Fett, Like, this guy's in like
Just-
a droid tank, this guy's in a land speeder, or just Boba Fett, if I remember
Or
right.
just Boba Fett. Nice.
Wow, that makes Masters of Terras Kasai sound completely legit. Actually, I guess it is legit now, isn't it? Semi-legit.
And so if you wanted to make a stop before, you could also stop right at the edge of hut space would be Vontor and Clatuine. If you know what the Clatunians.
Do we need
If you
to
need to make a stop.
do we need to pick anything up? I mean, like I said, we already got fruit snacks.
That's a valid point.
I assume he left us with a full tank of fuel. So I think we're good.
Yeah, as part of my pre-flight checks, I mean, I would have looked over fuel levels, armaments on the ship.
I mean,
as far as
If we're not going to take advantage of this being Tobias Star's ship by going to Kento Bite or somewhere like that, I say we just get on with it.
Okay, where do you intend for us to head then?
I don't know. Weren't you paying attention to the meeting?
Yes. That's why
Nine-
I've been trying to
Nine
figure
says,
out
"Were
and
you
plot a
paying attention
course.
to the meeting?
yeah, so I mean, we don't
this
know
this
exactly,
guy.
So we don't know exactly where in hut space he was going.
We don't.
Right.
Yeah, don't know where he was going. We knew he was making a stop.
Can
Like
we
he's had a meeting
get
on
any?
Saturday.
Let's
I like the idea of us stopping on Unta to try
Agreed.
to gather some information.
You think we can pull any IDs off of the other Imperials in that holo recording? Maybe find one of them if they're still alive. Give me old shakedown.
Well, that would kind of be your job. So really, we should be asking you if we can pull any IDs.
All right. Well, you
Don't
know what?
you
Why don't you just set a course and I'll run the stuff while we're in hyperspace. I mean, might
You
as well
just want us to
get
go
pointed
second
somewhere.
star to the right and straight on till morning?
Yeah, I mean, that's
I thought we already voted. Two of us already voted for Bunta.
Yeah,
so.
we did. So go ahead.
All right. So you're headed to Bunta. All right, perfect.
Yep.
So
and,
you-
and I'm kind of just fiddling with the holo recording. I turned off the Tobias Star live performance that was on there, or like a recording of a live performance. And I brought the holo recording back up, and I pulled out my data pad, and I'm trying to find a way to maybe get some IDs. I can't imagine that's a very standard procedure.
There isn't just Tobias Star music playing at all times on the ship.
Like when you open like a sliding door, it's his voice going, "Hey."
Hello. Like go to the
Hello,
bathroom. What have we here?
If you're standing, it knows if someone's standing in front of the mirror. It goes, "Looking good."
This ship is nice.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right,
Tobias Hasselhoff.
Tobias Hasselhoff. It's alter ego.
Is this his middle name?
All right,
Maybe
so
that's the planet he's from. He's from Hasselhoff planet.
Wish we could insert Guardians Inferno in here right now. All right. You getting anything out for that video? I assume we're in hyperspace now, headed for Bunta.
I need to know what sort of difficulty this is on my computer's check.
all right, so you're trying to identify what some of the like officers or some of the any other faces that you might
Yeah.
see on there.
And this is going to be a computer's because obviously perception, I don't recognize any of them. So I'm trying to cross-reference it with like whatever database I have access to.
Okay, so access to a database on the ship probably give you a blue, but then the fact that you don't have necessarily knowledge of Imperials probably is a black.
Okay, what's the difficulty?
We're gonna say it's gonna be hard. So 3 with a black.
Well, I failed with 2 advantages. So maybe I didn't get any, it's like solid leads, but maybe the guy had a very unique scar or something.
Okay. So you
that
see
we can
somebody
hang on
that
to for later.
you see somebody that could be recognized, but or has a distinguishing feature, like a officer has a scar.
One of the officers who was talking to what's his name, Javik. He had this kind of gnarly scar on his face.
Nice. Where was the scar?
On his face.
Like over his eye? Was it across his nose?
It starts on his nose and then goes up to his forehead and then around the eye, down along his jaw to his chin, almost like a curl shape.
You said from his eye down around his chin?
Well, it starts on his nose, goes up around his eye, and then down his jaw to his chin.
So he's kind of like a spiral-shaped scar.
Yes, like a bass clef.
All right.
Is this plastic surgery?
Like he got
going
hit in
awry?
the face with the end of a metal pipe or something.
We'll have to, if we ever meet him, we'll have to ask him how he got that scar.
If he doesn't go around asking people that anyways. You want to know how he got this scar?
Funny story.
Let me tell you about it.
All right.
Well, the data pad goes bam, bam, bam. It gives me the no good noise, so I kind of toss it on the hollow table and go, criff.
All right, so
I shot up to the cockpit. I got nothing.
I say to Goose, he's got nothing.
mine says,
Well,
I'm
I mean,
sure
I
you
heard
tried
too.
your best, though.
Thanks.
Positive affirmations from Nines, the droid.
That's right. He's the encouraging droid.
I kind of blush a little bit.
You did give him a poncho. All right, so you guys have spent time in space, in hyperspace. It takes you a while to get there, so we can definitely look at you guys. We can either skip forward to getting there, or is there anything else anybody wants to do while you're traveling?
The only thing that I'm going to be doing is, getting to know my new weapons.
All right, so you got
Wait,
a
is that?
He's-
Hold on.
Shooting
Sorry.
holes through the side of the ship.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, they work.
Is that a disruptor?
Yeah.
Tobias Star had a disruptor on this, and he just left it here for
I mean,
us?
it's a collector's item.
A collector's item that
I show him the serial number.
evaporates people.
Yeah, it's a limited edition.
Do you know what those do
don't-
to organic
don't
beings?
Do you realize just how rare these are? I mean, they stopped making them back in '77.
I mean, I get. So, are you gonna sell it? Or, you gonna mount it on the wall? He just had it sitting in a trunk or something. What is he? Is he just frying people on the side and we don't know about it? I thought he was a stand-up guy.
I mean, what if he was frying stormtroopers? Would you object to that?
I mean, it would be kind of neat to see with the whole armor situation.
Yeah,
does it
right?
cook them from the inside out, or do the armor pop like an egg?
Okay, now who's getting dark? Jeez, bro, you want this?
I mean,
thing or
it's
not?
all right. I mean, I'm just saying we didn't know he was dark. We knew that we were dark.
That's a good point. It's a good point, but I mean,
And I can't-
you know what? There might come a time when you'll be happy that we have this.
All right, just make sure the safety's on.
Of course,
Don't want the ship to get
safety's on.
disabled mid hyperspace.
This is the one weapon that you do store with the safety on.
I look at my own pistols and I try and subtly turn the safety on
Subtly.
without you noticing.
All right, so you just had everything
Is
laid
that a
out.
skullduggery check? No, never mind.
No. All right, so you guys have time before you get there. So, did you guys have any wounds or anything that you needed to heal from the last fight at the museum?
I don't think so.
Okay, I was
I
gonna
think I
say
had 3. Yeah, I was minus 3 wounds, but I figure in that time I probably got patched up as soon as we got back to Tobias's.
Got some like luxury bandages from him.
yes.
Also, limited
Silk.
edition. They're
They
actually
have his face on them.
Yep, band-aids that have his face on it.
Exactly. So yeah, you guys would have gotten healed and up in this time and gotten rested. So any strain or anything as well. So, all right. So you.
I'd
Go
like
ahead.
to flip a light side point
Okay.
so that because Tobias was kind of wanted by the Empire, right?
Right.
His best-selling album during the time where he was wanted was kind of a semi-self-titled album called Star Wars because he was on the run.
Okay.
Spelt with, I assume his name has 2 R's.
Yes. So 2 R's.
Yes.
So it's Star with
And
2
the
R's.
album cover just had a picture of him, like, yeah, kind of punching a stormtrooper.
Nice. Okay.
That's
all
all.
right. That's all. That's a good use of a light side.
Well, that's definitely good use of our light side points.
Well, you had 4 to spend. So you pop that
It
bad
could
boy.
come in handy. You never know.
You pop that data disc in. Start listening to Star Wars album.
In my mind, I'm imagining that the first song that starts playing sounds an awful lot like Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it sounds like the Star Wars disco.
Nah, man.
No, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so now we're all
Perfect.
getting real pumped up.
Nice.
Great.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Perfect.
some inspirational
Some
music.
inspirational
Even
music.
9 is kind of bobbing his head a little bit.
That's right. That's right. It's a catchy tune. All right, so you guys make it to Bunta, which is right outside of the edge of Hut space, and kind of another fork in the hyperspace lanes, if you will. And so are you guys going to go down to the planet and try to get some info?
I
Yes.
guess, yes. Goose, why don't you take it? Is there like a main city or port on this planet?
Let's see. The main
Bunta
port.
City.
Let's see here.
Boontopolis.
Yes. Okay.
Goose,
let's
why
see.
don't you take us into Boontopolis so we can hit up some of the watering holes, poke around, see if we can get any leads.
Bringing us down. Bringing us down over here, boss.
All right, so you
That's-
fly into the city. It's not a large spaceport, but it's got it seems pretty modern. I mean, like as you fly overhead, you see a great stadium, with stands, and you can tell that's where the pod racing takes place over there. And a lot of it's kind of centered on funneling people towards that way. But like I said, it's a good sized spaceport, and so you
Do we
come in and
have to like pay to get in? Or
I mean,
maybe Tobias has like a little barcode on the outside of his ship that they scan
Barcode.
that says he's paid his
He's paying
like
for it.
subscription to this.
He basically
Company.
has an iPass.
yes,
Exactly.
yes. I mean, like he is funding the the trip, so, if you will, as well.
Do we have
so,
to bring him back receipts?
Yeah, I'm gonna need an expense report. No, I think you you could just use some funds that he's given to you there. But you come in and you get through the spaceport security there. You're allowed to land. What docking station are you in?
Q.
There you go.
Q. Docking station Q. So you land in docking station Q and are greeted by
John Delancey.
You're greeted by a short alien. What kind of alien is it?
Ugnaught.
An Ugnaught.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Okay. Ugnaught customs agent. All right. He comes up to you and do you immediately pay attention to him? Do you even see him?
I probably don't, but I would imagine that
That Arsh does.
Yeah, I see him. He's more my level. Guys, there's a little guy coming over here. He might want trouble. I put my hand on my blaster.
So he comes up. He's got a data pad.
Yeah, he's got a clipboard. He's not looking for trouble.
So he comes over and he basically just says, "All right, state your business. How long do you plan to stay?" Gives you the rundown. Feel free. Here's the map of the local establishments. Here's your. You can tell he's kind of going through a spiel that he gives everyone who comes in. And your ship is fairly nice looking. It's got like a decent paint job. Does not look like some rickety old freighter. I mean, you guys just inherited a pretty nice ship here. So he's kind of explaining everything. Here you go here for this. If you need eating establishments over here, if you need parts establishments over here, and he just kind of runs it down, and he basically takes the data pad and he holds it out to you, Arsh. He just kind of holds it out to you.
Is that the new Space Pad 7?
No, it's just all the information I told you.
Oh, okay. I take it. Do I need to sign this?
No, it's yours for your duration of your stay.
Oh, free data pad.
You'll return it whenever you leave.
Can I just copy this data to my data pad and give this back to you? Because I don't trust myself to hang on to this.
That's fine. Just leave it over there. He turns on and walks off.
I just transfer the data and I chuck it on the ground.
Chuck it on the ground.
Where he pointed.
Next to the desk with other data pads on it. He throws it on the ground. Oops. All right, so so you want to go get some information. How are you going to do that?
We gotta go where the lips are loosest.
Okay, so let's take a look at the map of
wherever
the area.
all the ships are sunk. Let's go there.
Is there coincidentally a bar called the Sinking Ship?
There just may be.
Well, let's take a look at the map.
So you find a local watering hole. Head that direction.
It's called...
What's it called, though? Sorry.
Well, it's probably not the Sinking Ship, but it could be Loose Lips.
All right, I think that's fair enough. It's got the big.
But I tell you, boys, I hit both of you kind of on the waist because I'm a lot shorter than you guys. I'd be hitting you on the upper arms, kind of playfully, but I'm a little shorter.
You
So-
don't have the bad habit of just like sack tapping us, do you? Since you're down.
You know what? It's probably more like on your abs. I mean, I'm not that short. I'm not actually a Silhouette Zero character, but I am definitely shorter.
So
right.
Nine's just following along behind you, like because he doesn't know what else to do.
Is he? Is he coming with? Is he waiting on us? Like, I've heard some bars don't like droids for whatever reason.
They don't like
especially
droids.
commando droids.
Yeah, I mean, he might like. No offense, but a lot of people probably have bad memories of fellas who look like you.
But I have this purple poncho.
True. Maybe we just need to get him more disguise,
More
like get
clothes?
him a hat
Yeah.
or like a mustache or.
Okay. Well, I think for now, until we have those things, Nines, you should watch the ship because that's super important.
Or we could
That's
just
like-
go on a shopping spree. I hear there's some good outlet malls in this town.
Yeah. What kind of credit line do we have from Tobias?
I don't know that it's a lush credit line of you're
Oh.
not flushed with credits all of a sudden.
Unlimited credit. All right.
Nine's like, okay, I can stay on the ship. Bring me back something nice.
You want a hat this time?
Oh, the hat would be great.
Okay, great.
The brighter color, the better.
Sweet. To go with the purple?
Sure.
We might.
Awesome.
There might be like some. I feel like if there's like tourist shops, they probably have a lot of like pod race themed kitsch. Might be able to find something.
Some tie-dye t-shirts.
All right, so you head towards a bar, right?
Yes.
Okay. Nine's gone back to the ship and goes up the ramp and closes the door. So you head off. You start heading towards the the district where the bars and stuff are. But before you can get too far, you start to see, there's a good crowd around and everything. There's people, walking in and out of the spaceport. There's, like the streets and stuff are not, it's all, it's, even though it's all still kind of ground level, it's like a, arid planet. It's not like a city planet or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a, outer rim territory, so it's all on the ground. Like if you think of like kind of like the Tatooine city, but just nicer. But you do see some people that have been paying close attention to ships coming in and out. Anybody want to roll a perception or maybe a knowledge underworld?
My underworld knowledge is definitely better than my perception.
Okay.
What sort of purpleness is this?
It's going to be average. I mean, you know what planet you're on, so.
Oh, I failed with 4 advantage.
Okay, so you don't necessarily know who these people are, but you know that there's definitely people that are, kind of watching, not just you, but they're definitely taking interest in you guys because you're the most recent ship that came in, and as typical in most places, the people coming and going are often watched. So you
What
have
do these folks look like?
I mean, there's definitely like different aliens, different species. Definitely more along the lines of kind of your generic outer rim citizens, and some of them look like they could be maybe some like kind of like hired guns or some mercenaries themselves.
A lot wearing like the typical outer rim dusty robes to hide.
Oh yeah,
their
I mean,
features.
like most people around here probably are going to have, if they're not concealing themselves, then they're probably concealing, weapons or it's typical.
Okay.
So as you get closer to the bar, you start to see that the crowd's kind of thinning out. and you're getting towards, a end of town, that's obviously, you're heading towards the bars, so it's a little bit shadier, and you start to see more of these kind of mercenaries and ruffians, if you will, and they start to seem like they're almost keeping tabs on you. And so, how do you guys approach the bar as you're coming in? Gonna do anything? Gonna just kind of keep going?
Whack
So-
in. I mean, this is. Do we know if this city has a reputation for being seedy, or is it like more upstanding than, say, Mos Eisley?
Well,
general?
the planet Bunta used to be known as Kovari, and Bunta was actually renamed for a Bunta the Hut, and whenever the Huts took over of it, Bunta the Hut basically would hold the celebrations, and they would have the pod races as kind of a celebration for this former, Hut hero, if you will. So I mean, it is a Hut planet, and so there's, you probably pass like some statues of Bunta the Hut, because he definitely like led the Hut troops to retake this planet or kind of thing. So
I'm just gonna enter the bar as casually and confidently as I can.
okay,
Okay,
I'm at least putting on the appearance of being confident.
we're all three of us aware of people taking an interest in us.
yeah, probably. I mean, like it's kind of getting obvious as you being like outsiders coming into this space, kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I tap both of Arsh and Goose on the shoulder, and I say, I'm going to make a call, in air quotes, to indicate that I'm not, but I'm going to watch their backs to see who follows them in, and then come in behind those guys, if anyone.
I think we should have tried to intimidate him. We should have started a really loud conversation about how we totally murdered all the buzz.
On the previous
They're
planet.
like, the buzz, they killed the buzz.
Yes. Okay, so you kind of hang back and like let them go into the bar before.
Yep. And I do the Star Wars equivalent of like talking on a cell phone, seeming all normal like.
Okay, I'm
You're
gonna.
just talking to your wrist.
Yeah, it's like, hey, honey, I'm just out with the guys. I know I won't stay out too late.
I'm gonna flip a dark side point, and your wrist actually beeps in the middle of your conversation.
Like, sorry, I had an incoming message. Sorry for that, honey. I'll take that call later.
It's you can see it's 9 from the ship.
Oh, it's my
He's
buddy.
being
Sorry,
pretty persistent.
he's really drunk. I gotta take this. I'll talk to you later, sweetie. Bye. And I take the call. What?
Oh, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I'm watching the ship, but there's some other guys watching the ship too.
And I sort of inch away from the door for a second so I can actually have a real private conversation. Like, what do they look like?
I don't know. I mean, like, all you guys look the same to me.
I knew you were going to say that.
They look like organics.
Do they look
Yeah.
more like me, or do they look more like the other two?
Neither. They're definitely alien.
Do they have arms
Oh, yeah, they have arms and guns.
and legs?
Now we're playing Guess Who.
Ah.
They're not trying to come. They're not trying to come to the ship just yet. But they
They look
definitely
like a
are
man.
waiting.
All right. Well, lock the door.
You got it.
And hope they don't have blasters.
You hear that? You hear like the something in the background, like he's like hitting buttons. You're not even sure if he knows what they are.
Oh gosh.
She said,
Okay,
"All right,
well, don't
We're
let-
not
good
kind
luck,
to
guys."
his processors.
Don't let anyone steal the ship, okay?
Okay, I'll
Or
use one of these
anything
guns you
on
left
it.
out, like this big
Don't
one.
no. I put a safety lock on those
Oh, okay,
so that no kids could break into it.
okay. I'll just make sure the door's locked.
Thank you.
And he clicks off. So no one's followed Arsh and Goose into the bar, but they're all kind of
Okay.
hanging around. I mean, you can tell some of them are legitimately just there outside hanging around, but then you can tell some of them are there, kind of air quotes hanging around, like waiting.
Yeah. All
So-
right. Well, all right. Not seeing anything particularly suspicious, I'm going to go in as well. And what do I see before me? What have these two gotten themselves into?
We're already like drunk, running the gambling table. Everybody's behind us cheering for us.
Davo.
There's only like one gambling table.
Wow. Is it Pazak?
Is it Pazak? Yes, of course it's Pazak.
Yes.
I was picturing more of a dice game because we're standing at the end of the long table. We roll the dice, and everyone goes, "Yay!"
Woohoo!
Arsh is trying to get anyone and everyone to blow on the dice before he rolls it. So
You guys finding anything or what?
We're making a lot of friends.
we're making
It's all part of the. It's all part of the process. I like kind of brush away our so-called fan base, and they all kind of go, "Oh," as you know, we're kind of putting a quits to this little escapade as we go over
Did
to
you at least make some
LSR.
money?
So you guys kind of step away from the party
I'm
that's
gonna-
following there.
I'm gonna roll a force die to see if
Okay.
I made money. How's that sound?
Okay.
I got one dark side point.
So you lost money.
Well, I mean, no.
Okay. Well, I can't fault you for that.
Not a lot though.
Not a lot.
All right, so you look around. It's a typical Star Wars bar, right? You know, like little. It's got like the one gaming table that you just left, obviously, but you're, you've got people set up in the bar that look like, they could be information brokers. You got some people that look like they could be like looking for work. Then you've got like quite a few in there that are kind of just like they're there, like they're like the normal patrons, and then you've got like the ones that they didn't follow you in, but they're definitely probably of the same group as the people you saw outside, and they're not necessarily doing anything, but they're definitely kind of like just looking around, keeping tabs on the people inside there. Not necessarily you specifically yet.
Does anyone stand out in particular that might be a good person to approach?
I mean, yeah, like you see a couple people, one in particular, you see would be what looks like he's, got some, like he's an information broker kind of thing. Like he's got like some data pads up in front of him, and you see somebody, talking to him, and you can see him, they pass him like credit chips and like get up and walk away kind of thing. So he's at a table by himself. He's actually a Chadra fan, so he's like this like short little alien, kind of mousy. Kind of sitting there. You can kind of tell he's like sitting on a stool or some,
Phone
Imperial phone books or something.
book. All right.
So you gonna
well,
approach him?
I'll look at the other two.
Imperial phone books
Yeah,
in
phone
hut
book.
space. I don't know if we can trust this guy. That seems suspicious.
I mean, they just deliver the phone book. It's not like he actually uses them.
Nobody out here actually uses the phone books.
Yeah.
It's actually like a decade old, but because of like dumb business bureaucracy, somebody has to keep delivering them.
That's right. So you approach him.
It seems as good as anything.
All right. So you approach him. Who starts talking to him? Anybody?
Hello.
Hi there.
Hey, what do you want? What can I do for you?
Oh, I whispered to Arsh. Oh, hey, pull out. If you have like a holographic still, like just a photo of Governor Tavion from that video, just show him like a zoom in still.
Yeah, sure. I pull out a little one of the like the palm size things, and I push it in a little hologram pops up, and it's actually of BUD-E, my old droid friend. And I quickly go, oh, and I close it off, and then I adjust something, and then I push it again, and it's the picture of the guy in question, the Moff.
Oh, okay.
What can you tell us about this guy?
Who is that? Is that an Imperial?
You tell me.
Well, I mean, yeah, it looks like an Imperial. But what do you want to know?
I want to know where he is, where he eats, where he sleeps, what his shoe size is. Anything you got.
Word is he was passing through Hut space.
An Imperial passing through Hut space. They don't often come through Hut space.
Well, they don't often come anywhere these days, right?
Well, there's definitely a lot of running around these days. Not much getting done. Ever since the big battle, they've been kind of going all over the place. Not really knowing what they're doing, though. I don't know about this guy particularly, but I do know
bye.
All right, so if I was a high-ranking Imperial trying to make off with a few freighters full of merchandise, where would I head to offload?
Well, I mean, it depends on the kind of merchandise. I mean, like, if it's spice, I mean, usually you're not going to want to, they're not going to bring it into Hut space to sell because the Huts typically have it all. If you're, if you're talking about, ship parts, or if you're talking about, like, exotic stuff, then, I mean, like, you definitely could look for, there's definitely a lot fewer of those people who would be interested in those kind of things in the Hut space. So what are these kind of what kind of products are you talking about here?
Ancient art pieces.
Oh, ancient art, huh? I have heard some of that's been going missing lately, all over the galaxy, actually.
Hold up. Before we go any further, just so I can, feel a little bit more at ease, what's your name?
My name?
Do you have a name?
Well, sure I have a name.
I like to know who I'm dealing with here.
Well, you didn't ask.
I'm asking.
All right. Well, what's your name?
My name is Screwball Pete.
Well, Screwball.
I get the anime sweat on the side of my head.
You can call me. You can call me.
Like, how weird! That's my name. What's his name?
Was that it?
You can call me Ral. Ral.
Mm-hmm. Ral?
Ral.
Ral. It's Ral in the north and Czech in the south.
But you came to me.
Yeah, sorry.
So if you clearly,
I should have seen the name tag on your shirt that said, "Hello, my name is Rao." My bad.
I mean, it's right here. Do you not read Shatterhand?
I mean, a little.
Who doesn't?
I'm working on No, never mind.
Never minding.
All right, so where else have you heard about artifacts?
Well, I mean,
Being-
information doesn't come free, my friend. How much are you willing to pay for this information?
Can you spot me a 20? I was just watching that Naked Gun clip today.
I love that scene.
How about a nice
A crisp
beer?
high five.
So you guys dip into the funds there.
Yeah.
As little as we can get away with.
Okay. Well,
Why don't we do like a negotiation check or something?
okay.
Unless it doesn't matter to you.
Yeah, go for that.
Who's got some good negotiation? I don't.
No, but we can try anyways for hilarious results.
So, do we do just like a combined check? Is that just like the best pool? Like I only
Yeah,
have two
so
green.
so if you have 2 green, does anybody have 3 ranks in it?
No.
Or three, so no one has 3.
Sure.
Does anyone have
Three
any ranks in it?
anything? No.
Yeah. Well, I think, isn't it the way it works is like one person can roll and the other people can like assist basically and add like a blue to it, or
Well, you can do that, or if you do a group check, at least like you can do it basically where like, so say if you all have 2, okay, but one of you has a yellow, then you would take the best out of that. So it'd be like a yellow and a green. That's the group roll.
Well, I'm 2 green.
as am I.
Same.
Okay. All
Okay,
right,
well,
so,
I'm going to ask this guy what his normal rate is, so we know where to start.
all right. So he slides it over. It's it depends on what you're needing to know, but if it leads to anything, it's going to be 100
Little
credits up
menu.
front. It's going to be 100 credits up front, and if it leads to anything, any kind of reward or anything, we got a 10% fee.
25 credits.
Okay, trying to lowball him, so gonna be probably an average with a black difficulty.
Who wants to roll it?
You go for it.
You
You're
did
the
it,
one
so you
that's
gotta roll
doing
it. You
this.
said it.
Fail with 1 advantage.
25 credits. That's funny.
How about
In a
35.
not funny sort of
I-
way.
I nudge him. We have plenty, don't we?
Don't say that in front of the
No,
guy we're
I'm-
negotiating with.
I'm.
It's gonna add another black die next
I
time we
whisper it
negotiate.
to it. I didn't
Roll
say,
a whisper
"Hey,
check.
hey, we've got plenty, right?"
Can you roll a stealth check to see if he overhears you?
Only if the
Why
GM
you
makes
being
me.
so cheap, man? We're rich.
So he just looks at you like, look, the flat rate's 100. I can give you some basic information to point you in the direction for that.
I imagine in my head, I feel like Arsh would still keep negotiating. How about 30?
Oh my gosh!
You know what? I feel like we're gonna know each other, Rao. I can call you Rao, right? We're gonna
It's
how
RAL,
does-
R-A-L.
Rao.
Yes, like rally.
Rao. Okay, Rao.
Every time you say his name, he cringes.
I take Arsh by the shoulder and just say, "Just pay the man."
I'll pay him 50 credits.
Oh my gosh!
So
I'm picturing that we're in a
you
booth,
slap
and the
50
three of
credit
us,
shit down on the table.
the 3 of us are on one side of the booth, and Raoul is on the other side of the booth. I'm the farthest in. I'm near the wall, and Elisar's in the middle.
Of course I am.
So you put it down, 50 credits.
Yeah.
All right, 50 credits. That's half.
This guy. Some kind of math.
All right. I mean, I can give you half the information.
Can we pick which half?
I don't think it matters at this
Why don't
point.
you tell us
All right.
both halves, and we'll pick which one we want to take.
I think you need a persuasion
This
or
is
something.
getting us nowhere.
Charm.
A charm, yeah.
Arsh, this is only making things
Sure.
more difficult.
Fine, I put the 50 credits back in my pocket. I'm like, you give him your credits then. And roll that charm anyways. Is it still 2 purples and a black? Or is it harder?
I think it's going to be hard.
With a black or no black?
Just hard.
Well, I succeeded with 2 threats.
So you're trying to have him tell you both halves of it, and you'll only pay for half.
Yep.
So he's like, all right, fine.
And I elbow Elisar and go, huh?
So he says, I don't know where this fancy Imperial went, but I do know that some art stuff came through here, and there's a certain hut who likes to collect it on the planet over here, but the planet's the second half. So he looks at you for a second, like okay, that's one half of the information.
I pull out my 50 credits and give it to him.
And then he says, all right, so they're on the Slaheron? That's where the hut is, I believe. He said, but I don't know the name of the hut. He's a pretty secluded fellow.
Okay, so head.
But he
Why don't
deals
we,
in rare art stuff.
Wait, do you really not
Great.
know, or are you just trying to get us to pay you 50 more credits?
It depends on how much you want to know.
I think this will refresh your memory, and I just, without hesitation, slide him another 50.
He says, I think that'll do nicely. And so he checks his data pad there for a second, and he looks at it, and he says, Yep, definitely refresh my memory. He said, looks like it's Sir Mikoalk the Hut.
Like he's a knight, Sir Mikoalt?
No, it's like a I don't know, it's like a long C.
No, okay.
I'm totally writing it down
Miko
as Sir Mikowak.
It's CERMICO''ALC.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Is there
He's the
anything
guy
else
you
you
wanna
want to
look
know,
for.
Arsh?
Is there any sort of criminal element around here that likes to loiter at spaceports?
Oh, sure. I mean, the huts have people everywhere.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Thanks. Just curious.
I mean, we're in hut territory, basically.
Okay, well, great. Thank you for your time. We won't waste any more of it.
He was wasting our time.
I
I get up to
push
scoot out,
Goose-
but
yes, I push Goose to get out of the way so we can leave.
You all do that awkward shuffle to get out of the booth.
All right.
Mine wasn't awkward. I'm
No,
graceful,
you had the graceful
like
one.
a loth cat.
Like a lothcat.
Okay, so
So you
we
guys are
follow
leaving
this
the bar?
white loth cat out of the bar.
All right. So you leave the bar, and as you're walking out, you see there's a lot more
nines
mercenary
flying away in our ship.
There's a lot more mercenary.
I was just trying to
hired
protect it
guns.
from getting stolen.
There's a lot more mercenary hired gun types out there, and as you exit, they all kind of stand up and start to walk towards you, and it's a pretty big group of people. Like they're coming to take you in, kind of thing.
Okay.
All right, I think we can
Well-
talk our way out of this one.
Then it
Well, you can try to do that next time, because I think we're probably in a really good place to wrap this up. So I know you want to get those last-minute shots in, but I think it's a good time to end. And as always, thank you to Seth for graciously running this chaos into something resembling an organized event. And of course, thank you to Leo and Joe for joining us, and all of our listeners for tuning in. I don't know if there's much tuning that goes on, but you get the idea. If anybody has anything that they want to talk about really quick, they can. Otherwise, we will get out of here. Oh, actually, really quick for me, if you want to listen to more RPG stuff featuring my voice, you can check me out on Encounter Time, which is a new D&D podcast. Just search for it wherever you get your podcast. Anybody else have anything? I'm going to take the awkward silence as a no. Nothing? All right.
nope.
All right, that's cool. Cool. We'll catch you next time, and we're getting these RPGs out fairly regular basis, so you won't be waiting too terribly long for the next installment. All right, that's it. I promise. I'm shutting up now. Goodbye, everybody.